another video, like, right after the last video. What? Crazy! Hello, I'm Zaccura, and welcome back to my channel. And yeah, I have another video, like, right after the May video. Yeah, why did I do this? Why am I doing this? Well, because I had a lot of stuff that I need to get posted before the end of the month. And it's almost the end of the month, so yeah, there's actually going to be another video coming out on Thursday, probably, something like that. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's get to this video. Today's video is actually another Artist Guild collab. If you're new here, then you may not know what that is, but this is actually the 5th time that I'm participating in one. If you're curious what the Artist Guild is, it's basically just a group of artist friends we have on Twitter, and sometimes we decide to get together to do a collaboration where we all draw something around a common theme, and it's usually related to some sort of holiday or something like that. For example, we did You Stole My Heart for Valentine's Day, The Rabbit's Secret for Easter, and this time around the theme was simply flowers for May. Since May is the month for flowers, so we decided we'd draw up some for this collab. So when it came to this illustration, in addition to having flowers, I wanted to include a person because I felt that that's my thing, I suppose. Like 95% of my drawings have at least one person in it. And whenever I do these collaborations, I usually try to, do something that kind of shows my style, I suppose, if I have one. But I decided since I wanted the flowers to be the main focus and not the person, then that I would not have the face included. No face, just like the body and the arms or whatever. Because I feel that when you add a face to an illustration, it immediately just like takes the attention from everything else. Like it becomes the main focus of an illustration because we recognize faces so easily. So I decided to just have this idea of just like this girl holding a bunch of flowers, and we're kind of zoomed in on her arms there holding the flowers, and we don't actually see her face. Now, when it came to the kind of flowers I was going to draw, I decided to draw all kinds of flowers. Just put a bunch of different various flowers. Like this girl just came back from the field and picked a bunch of flowers and was like, yo, look at all these flowers, man. They're so nice. But very early on when I had the initial concept in my head, I wanted to have like one flower that stood out amongst all the other flowers. And the first one that came to my head was that I was going to have a rose, a bright red rose, be the one that's sticking out, because that's like the first flower that comes to everyone's head when we think of flowers, right? But then I was actually kind of reminded of a old like children's story called The Red Daffodil. I'm not sure if that's the actual name, and I'm not sure if you guys even know what story I'm talking about, but this story was one that I really liked when I was younger because, for one, daffodils are my personal favorite flower. I love daffodils. And also because the daffodil in the story is red, because and red is my favorite color. So yeah, that was my story. I like that story. But anyway, the story was about like this one daffodil that grew in this field of daffodils. And all the daffodils were yellow, normal daffodils, but there was one that grew that was red, and it was just like this bright red daffodil in this field of yellow daffodils. And all the yellow daffodils were like teasing the red daffodil, because remember, this is a children's story, so the flowers are sentient. So they were like teasing the red daffodil for being different and whatever, and I think like people teased it too, until eventually like this girl who was gonna get married saw that flower in the field and was like, I want that flower in my bouquet for when I get married. Why am I talking in an English accent? I don't know if she's English. Maybe she's. I guess that's my child head thought she was English. Anyway, so she gets the flower, and the daffodil gets picked, and goes on the journey, and then it meets up with all the other flowers that are in her bouquet. The daffodil sees that all the other flowers in this girl's bouquet are also red, but they're red versions of flowers that aren't usually red. And so, you know, they're like, they've all got that in common and whatever. And basically, like, the moral of the story was like, you know, like, oh, be proud of being different because you'll shine in that way and whatever. Anyway, yeah, everyone loved the bouquet and it was like the center of attention. Everyone loved it and so on, you know, happily ever after. And I just told that entire tale in this video. That's nice. Anyway, so I was reminded of that and I decided, okay, let's make a daffodil the main focus. But I'm going to switch around the concept of the story and actually keep the daffodil being yellow like normal, but have all the other flowers and really just the entire image kind of be monochromatic in red. It wasn't completely monochromatic because I used like different shades of red, like that have like slightly different hues of red, so it's not totally monochromatic, but just basically having everything be red except for this one daffodil that's just sticking out there as this bright yellow. And not sure if I succeeded in what I was trying to do as much as I was hoping in my head. I feel that the reds kind of ended up being more pink, really, instead of like a red like I was really thinking in my head, but I still kind of like it. I think it looks alright. Now, this time around, not everyone was able to participate in this AGC. Oh yeah, I just coined that right now. But anyway, like, I mean, I barely found the time to make this illustration and video. And everyone else in the guild are all very busy people as well, so they weren't all able to participate, but they are still very awesome people. I will have the links to all the people who did participate this time down in the description, as well as their videos for those who are making videos. If they are, I'm not sure. We were all too busy to communicate very much this time. But yes, if and when their videos do go up, I will have them linked down below. So y'all should definitely go and give them a watch and follow them, subscribe to them, all that jazz. So recently, when it comes to coloring traditional art, you guys may have noticed that I've been using watercolors a lot, and it's very interesting to say now, because there once was a time, which was not that long ago to be honest, when I really did not like watercolors. I always never had the patience to let the layers dry, and I dreaded mixing colors, and I still do. But because of that, I sort of accidentally created this routine for coloring things that I've noticed I do a lot now. And so when it comes to the watercolors, I use all the colors directly as they are from the pans. I don't do any mixing in the palette. And then, using my impatience for not letting layers dry completely before adding more paint, I add additional colors on top, and that sort of reactivates the not completely dry paint underneath, and I'm able to mix them as much as I like. However, because the previous layers aren't completely wet either, it allows me to have some control over how much they blend so that I don't end up with just like a completely blended, gross mess. It gives me that control. And then after I'm done with the watercolors, I use my Copic markers to add additional sharper shadows and so forth. And this has become, as of right now at least, my favorite coloring routine when it comes to traditional art. And it was born from me basically doing everything wrong. But that's how I roll. Now for this illustration, along with that routine, I also had an extra surprise. And that was, I decided to use this glow paint that I bought some time ago, because I was like, ooh, glowing paint, I can do something with this can be really cool, and I never ended up using it. And I figured, you know, first of all, I got yellow, it's a yellow paint, and I was like, hey, in this illustration we have this one subject that's sticking out of everything else. It's, you know, the main focus here, and it's a yellow, it's a daffodil. Let's try to make it glowing. So I took some of that glow paint, which if you're curious, like, oh, what paint is that? It's just the stuff you find, like, in the crafty section. Like, I'm pretty sure it costed like $1 or something like that. Yeah. I just put it all over the daffodil and the stem, and then I had to wait for hours until it was dark to see if it worked. Oh yeah, talk about patience. But anyway, I realized that it wasn't that, I didn't put enough at first, like it wasn't very glowy. So I put more, and then I also found some other glow-in-the-dark paint that I had in my depths of my drawers. That was actually originally for painting shirts. And I don't even remember when I got this, but it glows like so much more than the yellow one, and it's clear. It's a clear one, so I ended up using that mostly. And then I also put little clear petals in the background, because you can see like these red petals when the light is on, and then I put these clear petals so you can't see them when the light is on, but then when you turn off the light, it glows. So yeah. And so let's see how it looks when we turn off the light. Okay, I'll confess, that was actually just a picture of the glowing one, because for some reason my camera, when it goes into video mode, it makes everything super dark, so it could not see anything at all when the light was off. It was just pitch blackness, even though for my eyes I was like, whoa, it's so glowy. So yeah, it's really cool in real life. But when I took a picture of it, I was able to actually, the camera was able to see it, so yay, you guys could see it, hurrah. So yeah, it was really cool, and now that I've used it once, I kind of want to use it again in, like, you know, just as like hidden, like a hidden gem in my artwork, you know, just make little things glow here and there. I think it's really cool. So I definitely recommend, if you want to add a little extra spice to your artwork, that you can just go and grab a cheap bottle of glowing paint and just add it to your artwork, and you can get really cool effects. And I think that will do it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video or found it interesting in any way, especially that the red daffodil story time that happened. If you did find the video enjoyable in any way, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. I make new videos every week. Plus, there should be another video coming out in like 2 days. So I'm excited for that video. That's a big video. Big announcements. Yes, cool. Okay, why am I snapping? Thank you to the Artist Guild for doing another collaboration with me. These things are always fun, and once again, I'll have their links down below in the description box so you guys can go and check them out. If you want to follow me on social media, all the links to that are in the description box where you can follow me for daily updates. And until next time, stay awesome, stay inspired, always. See ya!